Well, thank you, Chris, and welcome to the Brand Room at the Goshen County Fairgrounds. Our last day of interviews with our local 4-H and FFA participants. And Ron Kaufman, my grandfather, has rounded up some young ladies. We're going to talk to them about their projects this week. Before we get to it, though, we'd like to thank some of the sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. Sponsored in part by Platte Valley Bank, Z&W Mill, Platte River Family Dentistry, J.G. Elliott Insurance, Main Street Market, Panhandle Co-op, Pinnacle Bank, Goshen Vet Clinic, North Platte Physical Therapy, and Pine Bluff Sinclair, some of our sponsors in part of these interviews. And I'll let my grandpa, Ron Kaufman, ask these young ladies about their projects.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. Before we start, as you know, it kind of rained at the pig show, so they had to move it inside, I think, for the heavy class. And I just had a report from Shane Victorin, who won that contest. Shane is the superintendent for the swine barn. Connor Booth was champion, and Bailey Booth was reserve champion. Also at this time, I'd like to encourage people and 4-H and FFA members to thank their show superintendents, like their goat superintendent, etc. They're also their 4-H leaders and FFA instructors, Mr. Groney and Mr. Clapper. Those people do a lot of things behind the scene, and also you have many volunteers that help with these shows. So when you run into those people, just thank them for their time and their free service to the 4-H and FFA children. So I think we have a young lady here. I think her name is Avery, correct?
Yeah.
What club you in?
Gleaners Union.
Okay, and are you in juniors, intermediate, or senior?
Intermediate.
Intermediate. So what did you show?
Goats and dogs.
Oh, we haven't had anybody from the dogs. Let's talk about the dogs. First of all, what kind of dog you have?
I have two. I have a Yorkshire Terrier and a Labradoodle.
A Labradoodle?
Yeah.
Doodle. How pronounce that again?
Labradoodle.
Okay, so that's a lab and what?
A poodle.
A poodle. Okay, so your little Yorkie, how'd you do with him? What's his name?
Toby.
Toby. How'd you do? Were you in all the classes?
Yes.
So explain. Were you in confirmation and agility?
Yes.
So how'd you do in confirmation?
He got reserve best of breed, which is pretty much just all the dogs. So he got reserve champion for that.
So that's really good.
Yeah.
So are you going to state fair with that Yorkie?
No.
No?
No.
You enjoy it?
Yes.
Very much. Tell us how you prep for a dog show.
Well, you just try to go to as many practices as you can, and then you practice at home, so that you make sure they're ready for the agility show and everything.
So what are some of the things you do in agility? Kind of explain to our audience what agility is. I think there's a few over the bridge and all that type of stuff around the cones. Kind of explain what your pattern was.
Well, it's pretty much just like an obstacle course. So like there's jumps and there's like ramps and stuff. So yeah.
So he has to do very well, and is it timed?
Yes, it is.
So he did pretty good.
Yeah, decently good.
Decently good.
Yeah.
Okay. So he'll probably do better next year, huh?
Yeah, probably.
How old is he?
He's 6.
Okay. So is this first time he's been in the show?
No, this is his 3rd year doing it.
So you enjoy that?
Yes.
Do you practice during the winter?
Sometimes.
Okay. That's good. Now let's talk about your Labradoodle.
His name's Bentley, and he's not quite a year yet. He's probably like 10 to 11 months.
So he's a little hard to control, isn't he?
Yeah.
I would guess, you know.
Yeah.
So what did you have him in?
All the classes, and he was in open agility.
Oh, open agility. How'd he do?
He got 2nd.
Well, he's not too bad. He must not be too hyper.
No.
Yeah, good. So that's very good. So now, what else you want to tell us about your dog project?
Well, I got reserve in showmanship with Toby, and Bentley got grand champion for rally. So that's just like, it's kind of like agility, except you just have to follow signs and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you did very well, young lady.
Thank you.
Yeah, very good. So let's hear about your goats. And sounds like to me you should go to state fair, but it's not up to me. What about your goats?
Well, I have two. They're both boar goats, and their names are Chips and Salsa.
Okay.
Yeah. One is like kind of dapple, and the other one is brown, I would say. But yeah, I didn't place in showmanship, but in market I got third in my division, and with the other goat I got third in my class.
So that's not too bad.
No.
So tell me how you prep your goat for showmanship.
Well, you just want to make sure they can brace and they can set up their legs kind of on their own so that you don't have to reach down a ton to fix their legs.
So why do you brace a goat? Can you tell the audience why you do that?
So that you can show off their muscles.
Yeah, so the judge can feel their muscle, their back, and their loin area, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very important. And when you brace them, it firms that muscle up, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. Tell us how you show or how you prep a goat for showmanship.
Well, you just pretty much, you want to make sure that they're pretty calm so that they won't be too rough for you, because if they're too rowdy, you can't hold them or brace them or anything.
Okay. Do you walk your goats?
Yes, every day.
Every day. How
Yeah.
far?
Half mile, I would say, probably.
Okay. Who's that the best for, the goat or you?
Both.
Sure. So tell us why you walk them.
So that they can lose some weight if they need to, and just so that their muscles are pretty good and that they stay in shape.
That's exactly right. Just so they develop more muscle, because usually they run out on the range, don't they? And these goats, you have them penned up, so it's good for them to get out and get a little exercise.
Yep.
So, well, anything else you want to tell us, young lady?
Not really.
So I think you give the audience pretty good education today. So this morning, thank you.
Thank you.
And good luck for next year.
Thank you.
So let's pass it on. And we have Rayleigh.
Yeah,
And what club are you in?
Cleaners Union.
And how old are you?
I'm 12.
So are you in the intermediate?
Yeah, I'm an intermediate.
So what did you show?
I show goats and horse.
Oh, we have a horse person here. So let's talk about the horse first. So what breed is it? Is it quarter horse?
Yeah, quarter horse.
That's what I figured. Why do we have a lot of quarter horses out here in Wyoming?
I don't know.
Huh?
I don't know.
Well, because they usually work cattle, don't they?
Yeah.
They're pretty fast and they're
Yeah.
pretty muscular. So what did you show in?
I did showmanship and halter, and then I did trail.
Trail. So that trail's a little difficult.
Yeah, you just have to like walk over a bridge and like go in between cones and stuff.
So they have a pattern for you.
Yeah, they do.
And can you study that pattern? How do you?
Yeah, they give you a piece of paper.
Beforehand.
Yeah, before. Yeah.
So how'd you do in the trail?
I got reserve champion.
So that's not too bad.
Yeah.
And then in showmanship, you showed in the halter class?
Yeah.
And showmanship?
Halter, yeah, and showmanship.
So tell us about halter.
So you basically just go by breeds. So I was a quarter horse, so all the quarter horses like went out there and you had to like set up your horse, and then the judge looked at your horse and then decided.
So did he ask you any questions?
No.
And how'd you place in that?
I got third in halter, and I got third in showmanship too.
That's pretty good
Yeah.
for your age.
Mhm.
So he didn't ask you any questions. You got by pretty easy. didn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
And one thing we should explain, you just show, and like if you're an intermediate, that's showmanship for just intermediate. You don't
Yeah.
show against the seniors.
No.
Correct.
Mhm.
Good. So in halter, were there quite a few horses in there?
Yeah. There in intermediate, there was only like, I don't know. There was quite a few though.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you did very good.
Mhm.
So let's talk about your goats. Did you have boar goat too?
Yeah.
You
2 boar goats.
Two?
Yeah.
So you got them all ready to go, and did you do good?
I didn't place in showmanship, and then I got 3rd in market with 1 goat, and then I got 5th in market with the other goat.
That's not too bad.
Yeah.
So when you showed, did he for showmanship? Did he ask you any questions?
No.
Did
he
Did he tell you what you did wrong?
No.
Oh, well, he should have, shouldn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah, for a little education for next year, so you know what to do.
Yeah.
So you prepped. Tell the audience, do you wash those boar goats before?
Yeah, you wash them and like scrub them and make sure that they're good, and then
They're clean?
yeah.
So did he check the hooves and things in showmanship?
No.
No? So you always want to make sure that your hooves are clean, right?
Yeah.
And kind of, I don't know, we used to have kids put a little oil on those hooves to make them a little shiny. If it's in a grass arena. Was you in a grass arena when you showed?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that kind of work kind of brings that out.
Mhm.
So what else about your goats you want to tell me? Are they fun?
Yeah. I
Did-
got grand champion in carcass
Oh,
with my goat. Yeah, with one of them.
so what did it weigh?
Like 68.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you got the grand.
Mhm.
So do they actually process that goat, or do they use sonogram, or what?
Like when you weigh them in the first day, then they do like an ultrasound and
Yeah.
they see like
So they check the
yeah.
back and all
Yeah.
of the loin area.
Mhm.
So that's pretty good.
Yeah.
And that's about what a boar goat should weigh, probably 68 to 70 or
Yeah.
somewhere in there. They're not quite as heavy as a lamb or a sheep.
Mhm.
What else you wanted to say? Anything else to the audience?
No.
Did you have fun?
Yeah.
Okay. And you learned a lot, I bet.
Yeah.
So what do you feed those boar goats?
Texturized show feed.
Okay, so you have a special feed for
Yeah.
them. And it's pelletized,
Yeah.
I assume.
Mhm.
So, well, thank you for coming in.
Yep.
You did a good job, both of you. So now if we can move this young lady over here, I think we might have, Ryan, we might have a clover bud
I think
here.
this might be the first clover bud we have.
Yeah. And she looks pretty sharp for me. And give us your name.
Racy.
And
Talk like that.
what do you show? What'd you show?
Goat.
You showed a goat? Now, we better explain what clover bud is. They're kind of a young person that does some projects just to see if they're prepared or when they're ready for 4-H, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of learn what you want to be in. So how'd you do with your goat? Did you show it?
Yeah.
How'd you do?
Good.
You did good? I want to know more than good.
Oh yeah, Racy, horse. You showed horse too.
Oh, you showed horse
And
Yeah.
and a goat.
You showed Toby.
So you did
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
good?
Yeah.
Let's talk about your goat first. Was it a boar goat?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you have fun showing it?
Yeah.
So how old are you?
6.
Man, we have a young one here. So they started at an early age.
Yeah.
So did you like those goats?
Yeah.
Did you help feed it, or did you feed it? How did you get that goat ready, or did you borrow it from somebody?
I borrowed it from somebody.
We both fed it together.
We
Oh.
fed it together.
Oh, so
Yeah, we're sisters.
so you're sisters. So you're getting a little education from your sister, correct? Yeah. So do you listen to her all the time?
No.
Well, I think you're supposed to, aren't you?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have that straightened out for next year, don't we?
Yeah.
Okay. So big sister will give you a bad time next year if you don't do what she tells you.
Yeah.
So also you must have shown your sister's horse.
Yeah.
Well, how'd you do there?
Good.
You,
Grand champion.
you got grand champion?
Yeah.
Well, that's better than good.
Yeah.
I would say that's excellent.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, what'd you do when you showed? Did you have to lead the horse around?
Yeah.
So,
So you had a pattern. Yeah.
Walk it.
You had a pattern.
yeah.
Pattern.
I assume you had a pattern. So you must have did okay with the pattern, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, you gonna do this next year again?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's what grade you in?
Going into kindergarten.
Going into kindergarten.
Wow, she's young, but she's sharp. And as long as she listens to her sister, she'll be sharper, won't she, Ryan?
Yeah, I'd say you got a good start.
Yeah. Well, congratulations, young lady.
Thanks.
And kind of continue to keep up the good work.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks for coming in. We appreciate it. That's been a little fun talking to this Clover Bud, and does an excellent job showing, and here she says she does good. So, thanks for coming in. So I think we might have our last person, Cassidy. I think I watched her last night show a pig, Ryan, and I think she did pretty good. So, what club are you in?
I'm in Gleaners Union.
And how old are you?
I'm 10 years old.
10. And did you have other projects other than swine?
I showed cats as well.
Oh, we haven't had anybody on with cats. What kind of cats you show?
I showed a American short hair. His name is Oreo, and I also showed another American short hair named Cookie. The Cookie was a tortoiseshell, and Oreo was just black and white.
So, how'd you do?
With Cookie, I showed her in showmanship, and I got grand champion, and with Oreo, I showed him in breed, and I think I got like second.
So that's good. So tell the audience how you prep for showmanship and how you show a cat.
Well, when you show a cat, you're going to want to show them the points, which is their nose, their eyes, their ears, and you got to just show the judge that they're healthy.
Very good.
That's what they're looking for, and you prep them by brushing them and just sitting them up, and that's really all to it.
Okay, but it's kind of fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
So you did very well. So then your other project, I should ask you this first. Do they have a state fair, a contest for cats? Or
Yes.
Are you going to go to state?
Yeah.
Oh, good. So how are you prepping for state, just like you did the county?
Just like I did.
Yeah, so you're going to, did the judge give you any hints on how to show better?
No, but when you're showing a cat, you also have to give a speech and showmanship.
Oh, you do?
Yeah,
So-
you have to talk about the cat and what the judge is looking for, kind of, and you just got to make sure that they're healthy.
So you kind of told the judge all that
Yeah.
information. So you'll have to do the same thing at state fair.
Yes.
Yes, good. So now let's talk about your swine, and I hope you do well at the state fair.
Thank you.
So let's see, state fair isn't next week, it's the week after, I think, if I'm correct.
I think so.
Yeah. So are you going to stay up there?
We'll see if I take my pig to state. I might.
Okay. So let's talk about that pig, that swine contest. You were in, were you in the lightweight class?
Yeah, I was in the lightweight class. We have 2 pigs, but one of them got sick, so we couldn't take her to fair. She's better now, but we couldn't take her. But with the other one, I got 6th in market. And with that same pig, I got reserve champion in showmanship.
Good. Tell us how you show a pig.
When you show a pig, you have to have direct eye contact with the judge a lot. And you can keep looking down at your pig to make sure that they're doing and looking good. You have this stick, it's a show whip, and you use it to turn them and make them go.
And it's the idea to keep that pig between you and the judge?
Yes, because you don't want to, it's like a ham sandwich.
Yeah, there you go. That's a good terminology. I've never heard that before. Really good, Cassidy. So quite a few in your class?
Yes.
Yes. And lightweight, it took him quite a while to choose, I noticed. He had a little trouble with the lightweight class.
Yeah, he did.
So you did excellent.
Thank you.
Excellent job. What else you want to tell us?
That I really want to get a horse, so I might do horses next year, but we'll see.
So I bet you're getting that idea from your mother.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maggie, right?
Yes.
Yes, and Maggie was one of my top judges in horse judging.
She was?
Yes, she was. She didn't tell you that?
No, I don't think so.
And she was a good horse shower. She was really good horse shower.
Yeah.
So, okay, well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
And good luck, young lady.
Thank you.
It's been a pleasure talking
You
to
too.
you. So we have a couple more, I guess, Ryan.
Looks like we rounded up a few more.
Yeah. So we'll start with this young lady. Your name?
Hayden Willie.
Hayden Willie. Oh, I happen to know these kids. I think their mother was in 4-H too. So what do you show?
I just have static exhibits.
Oh, okay. What club are you in?
Gleaners Union.
And how old are you?
13.
So are you intermediate or
Yes.
an intermediate? So tell us a little bit about your static.
I did photography and woodworking.
So let's talk about photography. What'd you bring in?
I brought in a picture of trees behind a in front of a sunset, and a picture of an old tractor on the side of the tractor.
Really? So how'd you do?
My woodworking, I got a blue ribbon, and my photography, I got grand champion, champion intermediate photography exhibit, and champion traditional photography exhibit.
I think she knows what she's doing.
Pretty good. How long
Yeah.
you been doing photography?
5 years. I did it like 2 years in Clover Buds, but
Oh, really?
didn't really count for anything. But
But that's good. So are those gonna go to state fair?
yeah,
So they
just the tractor one, not the trees.
Okay, so you, what was your tractor? Just a background of an old tractor, or?
It was the side of an old tractor, and it said John Deere on the side, and I took a picture of the John Deere.
Oh, good, excellent. And woodworking, you did very well. What'd you show there?
I made a mini fridge, like shelf cabinet type of thing, and on one side it has a slot where my mini fridge will go, and the other side has shelves, and it has a sliding like barn door kind of thing on it.
So that's kind of the rage now, that barn door.
Yeah.
So are you gonna take it to state fair?
No.
No? Did you place anything in the auction?
No.
Nothing. That's okay. So you ready to go next year?
Mhm.
You enjoy that? The photography and
Yeah.
the woodworking? Who helps you with woodworking?
My dad.
Yeah. Is he pretty good?
Yeah.
Is he easy to get along with?
Yeah.
Okay. That's good to know. Okay. Well, thanks. Appreciate you coming in. And we have a young man here, Ryan. I kind of judged this project. I think this young man has a very fine insect collection. So we're going to ask your name.
I'm Landon Willie.
Landon. And you're in the same club, I assume, as your
Yes.
sister. And are you a junior, intermediate?
Intermediate.
Intermediate. How old are you?
I'm 12.
So I want to know about your project a little bit. This guy has some terrific collection of insects, but I think his grandma kind of helps him a little bit, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Okay. So explain what you brought to the fair.
So I brought a woodworking project that was a wooden hamper,
Okay.
and I brought 2 baking exhibits, which were coconut macaroons and chocolate chip banana bread.
Sounds pretty good. So how'd you do with the banana bread?
The banana bread got a blue, and the macaroons got a purple.
So with that purple, it goes to state, correct?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, it does. So very good. Tell us how you did the woodworking project.
So we use plywood and some birch wood, and then you take the plywood on all sides and router out notches in the thing, and then you'll take the pieces of like the actual wood that you'd make your sides of, and then you'd stick another chunk of plywood in the notches so then it all fits in there, and then you'd screw and dowel, and then we put wood filler over the holes.
Very good. So did you have a regular dowel machine, or did you just eye it and just drill it?
We had a doweling jig.
Yeah, and that helps out, doesn't
Yeah.
it? Because you can get it centered.
Yeah.
And then with those dowels, do you glue them in, or
Yeah, you put like a dabble glue in the hole and then put them in.
put them in and so they
Yeah.
stay?
Yeah.
How long did it take you to do this project?
2-3 weeks.
Yeah, took you a little time.
Yeah.
So then, did you stain it? And
Yeah.
all that stuff. Tell us that
It was
process.
so first we stained it, which was an oak finish, and then we put 2 coats of poly on it.
To make it shine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you put it on. You don't stain the inside, but you do poly it.
Okay, so it looked pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
So we encourage people go on over and look at those projects today. So let's talk about your insects. I was impressed with your insects selection. Tell us about that special bug, your insect. I should say insect that you have.
Yeah. So it's a moth, and
It's pretty old.
yeah, it's old. It's about 65 years old.
And tell me where you got that one.
It was donated to me, but I'm guessing it was found somewhere in Nebraska.
Yeah, it's pretty neat. It's a big moth, isn't
Yeah,
it? It's
uh-huh.
really big. So kind of tell us about your project. Tell us about the orders. You have certain orders for certain insects.
Yeah, so when you order insects, it goes by like kind of like the type they are,
Exactly.
and like pretty sure the beetles come first.
Then like you have Hemidopteras and
Yeah,
Dipta and all
Yeah,
those.
uh-huh.
Yeah. So that's the order.
yeah,
And then like your butterflies are in special order, correct?
yeah.
So are you going to take that to the state fair?
I think it goes to state.
I think it does too. I think I judged it, so I think it
Yeah.
does. Yeah. Very good. What else you want to tell us? Okay.
I don't think I have anything.
Okay. Very good. You're from the Lingle area,
Yeah.
and you both did an excellent job. We appreciate you coming in and talking
Yeah.
to us.
Thank you.
So, you ready for school? No, that's what I would say
That would
too.
be either.
I wouldn't either, but you had so much fun. Really good to talk to you, and thanks for coming in, you two.
Yeah, thank you
you.
guys. So yeah, before we go, Grandpa, probably ought to look at what else is going on the rest of the week at the fair. Kind of the last few days here already.
Yeah, it went fast, and we've had a lot of fun. Today of course, you have the beef show, and some. Let's see. Let me look here. Dairy goat show, beef show. Oh, the round robin this evening, and that's always fun. For the audience, we'll explain the round robin. Most of those kids will show. They're the top in each of the breeds or the classes, like cattle, the beef, the swine, the goats, all those, and then they each have to show a different animal during the showmanship, the round robin. So it's very interesting to watch. See if a beef kid can show a horse, and see if a horse kid can show a market steer. So that's very interesting. The other things, if you want to look at a schedule for the 4th, they've already had the bucket calf show, and also they have a little face painting and rooster roping and things like that this evening. The Young'uns Ranch Rodeo Roundup will be at 7:30. and little bits and spurs. Pedal tractor pull will also be around 6. So there's a lot going on yet.
Yeah, still, as you mentioned, kind of that culminating showmanship contest tonight, and family night, as Grandpa said, with the face painting and stuff for the kids. The superhero party, that's at the pavilion from 5 to 7 tonight. And then don't forget the junior livestock sale tomorrow with breakfast sponsored by Clark & Associates. That's at 8, the breakfast, and then the livestock sale at 9 o'clock tomorrow here at the fairgrounds at the Frontier Shelter. We'll have one more this afternoon for you about 1:05. My grandpa and I will be back here, and we'll round up some kids to talk to them for the last time here on the radio. But that should do it here this morning from the fairgrounds. So for Ron Kaufman, I'm Ryan Caith. Thanks to Chris back at the studio. We'll send it back to you at KGOS KERM.